You can see the 360 view, all angles. Can be useful, can be freaky. As you can see in this elevator, it's a good place to get a full view of what's going on with my hair. There's even this little situation up there. You can see it from the top. Yeah, I always kind of check my progress when I'm in this elevator. Fun house. Staying here in the Carlton Hotel of the Ritz-Carlton fame in Bangkok. Why am I staying in this hotel? Because they have a very significant discount because there are still not many tourists in Thailand. So, give you a little hair update. Seems like it's coming in. I think at this point it's probably finasteride and exosomes because it's still a little bit too soon for Dr. McGrath, but when I feel it, it feels a little bit thicker. Nothing miraculous happening, but it seems like slow and steady progress, though this area where he did, I don't think that's coming in yet. Today is December 18th, so it's still going to probably be a couple months. Let's just take a quick look. I think the lighting here is pretty good. Right side, left side, see the front there. Hopefully getting that. So, over the top here. Would you mind to come over here, Noi?
Okay.
So, I don't know what to think about her hair. It seems to look pretty good, but there's some kind of brown highlights there, so that's why the color.
I have the color.
Yeah, but
Gray color.
I think it looks pretty good. I don't know if it's improved, but got the injections in the front. It's nothing miraculous, not like, oh my god, but I don't know. Looks pretty good, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. I'm pretty happy with the hair, but at the same time, I feel like, I always feel this way. I'm like halfway there. Like, I mean, not bald, but still a lot of gaps. S&P will help some of that. I just recently watched a video with David DeMuzio, and she was commenting on the video from Matt Dominance. So now I'm commenting on that for ultra meta take on it. But in that video, there was a guy of Spanish descent, and he had just a perfect hair, the S&P, but it seemed like his whole scalp was tattooed. And then his hair was wavy, very dense, but he really had a good result.
Guys, it's really good. It's really good.
Te manda él, primero pues aquí pelo mojado directamente. Vean como aquí otra vez la micropigmentación.
This is the 12-month mark.
Damn. Sure wish I had a result like that. Incredible result. Well, can't all be champions. So like I was saying, yeah, I mean, it's come a long way, but I feel like I'd like another 10,000 grafts, which is gonna have to come from the leg area. When I look at my hair in certain lighting, it looks pretty good. It looks like there's not a whole lot of gaps. Looks pretty complete. But it's like my hair just doesn't, I'm in the bathroom here, by the way, but it's like my hair just doesn't want to get to like the terminal stage. As you might know, let me step out of here. Vellus hair is like that baby fine hair. It's transparent. You can't really see it. It's on its way to dying, and it gets, really small. And then terminal hair is the dark color. So I can see and I can feel I have a good amount of hair, but it's hard to get it to just go all the way. And the finasteride and the exosome seems to be helping. I don't know if you ever saw the movie Unbreakable. So in that movie, Bruce Willis is this guy. His bones can't be broken no matter what happens. And then Samuel L. Jackson is the man of glass and just breaks very easily. Sometimes I feel like my hair is like, I'm like Samuel L. Jackson in that movie. It just does not want to go terminal. But it's kind of like I'm playing chess now. I don't have a whole lot of hair and a whole lot of options left. And there's just not a lot of pieces left on the board, so I need to be strategic. So there is going to be an end game at some point. I still think I can get more leg hair, that would be very ideal for this kind of middle area because it doesn't need to be single hair. So I'd like to give that one more try. I don't know, maybe keep this up for another year. Then I'm just going to get SMP and just accept it for it is what it is. But it can be a frustrating journey. I see people get 3,500 grafts and it's like they're done. Their hair is all completed. I don't know. I've had over 10,000 grafts. And like I said, in some lighting and some situations, I try to even another lighting here. Yeah, sometimes it looks like transparent, and then sometimes it looks good, like in this bathroom lighting. And I'm not trying to fool myself or anything, but yeah, it's just hard to get it to be just right. And dyeing it is another option, but I don't want to have to mess with it other than taking some medicine. So that's just the state of things, and that's kind of in my lifelong battle, but the battle's not quite over yet. Okay, so let's try to take a quick look, and I have this reflection here that kind of helps me do a little selfie video. So here is the right side, looking back, all the way down there. Let's try to go over the top here. Let's go to the left side. Okay, then I have my shirt off because I want to show you one area. The next area I would like to touch up is in the back here. In particular, this circle here and these sides, but even a little bit up to here, if possible. And I think I have like a little bit more head hair, a maximum of 500 just from different areas. And I have this chest hair. This abdomen hair, I think there's just not enough quality hair to speak of, even though I'd love to get rid of that. My hair, when I touch it, it feels thicker, and in certain lights, certain times, it seems to look all right, but there's definitely not like a lot of dense packing, and there's just gaps. And when the sun hits it and there's like a reflection, you don't want to see that. You want the hair to be breaking that reflection. So I don't think I've quite hit the critical mass. Like it kind of looks diffuse, I guess you could say, but it's not. I have come a very long way though. And I can notice the way people look at me and react to me. There just is a difference when you have hair, and I seem to get a better reaction for better or worse. So I definitely have made some progress, but I also still have a little ways to go. One other thing, as I think I've mentioned before, this left side, this kind of slopes at an angle, and this seems to be a little more straight, and that was by my own request, but the doctor she avoided this scar, and at one point I thought about kind of filling that in, but I don't think I have enough hair, and I think this actually looks better. So it's hard to see this, but there's like an angle here, and then it goes straight. So I'd like to just kind of continue that angle, and then for this temple point to just be a little higher up here. I think that would just look more natural, and just have to be a little bit conservative with my hair. I feel like between the first update I made this month and today, I have made some progress. Maybe that's my imagination, but I think I'm pretty honest and accurate. One little update, my beard, I just actually trimmed it a little, but after having quite a few grafts, I forget how many. It might have been as much as close to 4,000. It still looks pretty good. It was pretty thick before. Obviously, it's not that thick now, but it still looks normal. It doesn't look weird. But I actually still have, even now, a couple, I guess what they call sebaceous cysts, or you might call pimples, that are just very slow to heal. And for that reason, I had suggested to avoid getting in this esophagus area, getting extracted there. I see on YouTube some people do, and they're fine, but that could be quite painful. But the beard hair, that, for better or worse, it has worked well. That's certainly not something you would want to be your first choice because it's wiry, and unless you're African American, it probably doesn't match your head hair. And I have watched another gentleman, I forgot his name, he was African American, and he had mentioned that himself, that he was able to even put it in his hairline because it matched perfectly. That is not something, as a Caucasian person, I would probably be successful doing. I have noticed now, almost a year out from when I had that done, it seems to have maybe calmed down a little bit, but it's definitely still has slightly different characteristics. One other thing I wanted to mention is I've been cutting my hair every 2 to 3 weeks. I've been shaving it down to, I don't know what this is, maybe a number 1. And I had my Dr. McGrath transplant on October 6th. So on January 6th, that'll be 3 months. And I think maybe a tiny bit has grown in it, if anything, but barely any, which is expected. For me, usually right at 3 months, that's where I might start seeing some trickling in. So I'm probably going to trim it one last time in a couple days, and then I'm just going to let it grow for the next 3 months. And around the 1 month point, it'll start to become quite noticeable. So hopefully that hair starts to take off, and then it all looks more even. I still have this gap here on both sides. Here I am, it's called the Pad Thai shop. Very, very popular little joint right on the side of the road in Phuket. Not much social distancing, but we'll see if the food is worth it. As I look at Noi's hairline, I do see some new hairs growing, so I don't know, I'll take some close-up pictures later. Again, no miracle, but something might be happening. There she is, eating a chicken foot beef noodle soup. I guess a Thai delicacy. You like it? Good taste? How do you say Tao Gai? Chicken feet.
Bean guy.
How do you say it?
Bean guy.
Dean? Dean Gai. Kun chop Dean Gai, mai?
Yeah.
Not for me, but I'm not the one eating it. There you go. Just once walking around. Without too much of a wait, my food has arrived. I'm going to share the first bite with you. Very, very good. Very light, the sauce. A lot of time the problem with this dish is too much sugar, too much sauce. So here I am again at Beyond Resort Garon. This is in Phuket, one of the suburbs, and I was actually here exactly 1 year ago. So first a word about Noi and her exosomes. So she had like a little bit of recession. You sometimes see that in females at the temples, and that was the main area that Dr. McGrath injected them. But ironically, she had like some extra hair before that she got electrolysis and before to get rid of that, and so that hair seems to have come back. So there's definitely a little bit of growth going on, but perhaps we didn't quite target exactly the right area. I don't know if anything is happening here yet where I want it most. Maybe a tiny bit. It's not at the point where it's filling in. And in my experience, when the hair starts to come in, first it's like vellus, very frizzy, and you'll see the same thing in a baby. And that's when you know something's happening. It's like colorless, but there's like frizz happening. And then it slowly starts to get some color and mature and look more like hair. And I'm just not quite there yet. I'm hoping at one point, I'd look and I just start seeing that. And I have every belief that is going to happen. But like I said, this is right at the point where you can feel anxious and it's a little tough. It's New Year's. Hopefully you can see out there, yeah. So there's going to be some fireworks over the ocean tonight and a couple things. Probably just going to hang out here. Just a little quick update here. It's January 1st, 2022. It's a little more sunny here. So I'm just going to do one more quick update of my hair. It's look at the right side here. Let's look at the left side. Get over the top here. Back. So I talked to my wife Noi, and she said she is seeing a little bit of hair coming in here, so that's a good sign, and she has become an astute observer of hair. A lot of people, when they're not losing their hair, you're either bald or you're not, but I see all the shades and variances in between, and then now she'll knock me in the shoulder, hey, that guy, I think he has a little temporal recession, or he's losing his hair, or she doesn't know the Norwood scale, but she is definitely aware of it. It's kind of funny that she now has an eye for that as well. Still here in Phuket for one more day. It's always kind of hard to leave here. This is the one place in Thailand where there's really no air pollution, which is incredibly nice, in addition to that nice ocean behind me. But a lot of things I need are in Bangkok, so that's where I'll be for now. Last day in Phuket. It is never easy to leave this place. Man, it really is relaxing and nice. But I want to show you Noi's hair, and I just can't help but feel something is happening. So we have the beautiful beach and beautiful Noi.
Hi.
Okay, so as I said here, I think it's called her. She had some like kind of extra hair here that she got some laser, and this is actually kind of coming back a little bit. So kind of funny. It's yeah. So there definitely is some growth happening. Ironically, it's not precisely where she wants it, but this does offer some pretty good proof that there is at least some effect from the exosomes. But yeah, it's not like a huge miracle, but a pretty definitive proof that at least something is happening. So, yeah, I'm gonna do one last quick look, and I feel like something is happening like every day now. Like I look at a picture even from 2 weeks ago, and it looks like I have less hair, so it seems like I'm hitting some kind of growth spurt, which is a good feeling, and hopefully not my imagination. Yeah, so not much more to say about that. You've seen it. So one last look at this beach and back to Big Smoke, Bangkok. Has its pluses, has its cons, but it's never boring.